British MP raises Manipur issue in House of Commons.
Yeah.
The violence in Manipur was raised during the backbench business debate in the House of Commons on Tuesday, with one British MP describing it as silent attack on Christians in India. Democratic Unionist Party MP Jim Shannon repeatedly asked UK Minister for Indo-Pacific Anne Marie during the debate on freedom of religion and belief in Westminster Hall whether UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had raised the violence in Manipur in any formal discussions with the Indian government during his trip to New Delhi for the G20 summit. He also wanted to know whether Annie Marie would raise with her Indian counterparts the issue of access to Manipur for journalists and human rights monitors. There are big issues in India, and if our Prime Minister does not ask those questions when he's in India, there is something seriously wrong, is what Shannon has said.
Yeah.
The events in Manipur might be classed as originating in tribal and ethnic tensions, but the Manipur violence has silently been an attack on Christians in India. It is striking that local police and state government sat by the arse and destroyed the properties, homes and lives of minority and religious groups. Recently, we did have that statistics coming out about how homes were destroyed, religious places were destroyed when it came to this thing, and we did see how in the British Parliament they have taken that. I think it is one of those backbenches business to say, those question hour sessions when some of these issues are being raised, and you have the British MP raising this question as such. But Manipur is something of a worry, isn't it? We have not seen the violence coming down. We have seen horrible statistics, however, coming every other day, and still there is this huge concern of how things can pan out in Manipur. Lots of guns are on the street. The forces are trying to control them in a lot of way, but then the internal bickering between the forces and the big divide that's happened between the Meiteis and the Kukis, that is a big concern. So again, raised in a foreign country about what's happening in India, especially in Manipur.
Yeah, Varghese, when we have been following the Manipur, issue, at the start it was a Manipur issue, then it became a national issue, and now it has become an international issue as well, because people all around the country are talking about it, and the kind of incidents that are being reported is just disheartening to see. I mean, a couple days ago, we saw an army jawan who was dragged from his home while he was on leave at gunpoint, and then he was found dead, and he was shot in head, and the only witness to that incident was his 10-year-old son. So I mean, these kind of incidents, these are becoming the new normal for Manipur, and it's concerning, because the government really needs to try to involve to get at the crux of it. And I think the only solution and the way that we can control is that government really needs to probe an investigation into finding out that where are these illegal arms and ammunitions coming from. How are you going to stop this illegal supply of ammunitions and arms, because this is something that is causing the violence at the first place, and these ethnic violence, they are getting out of hand. Manipur's, we have been asking this question for, I don't know, for 3 months now, that when are we going to, when normalcy is going to return to Manipur, how are they going to pan out, because now the drift is the divide is so deepened, the crack is so deepened that now it's impossible. It seems impossible that how are you going to get the communities, especially the Meitei and Kuki community, to sit down and to have peaceful talk? How are they going to negotiate? What are the terms going to be now? Because the situation is already out of hand.
Well, also Downing Street has pointed to the UK readout of Prime Minister's meeting with which is Rishi Sunak's meeting with Prime Minister Modi, which does not mention Manipur. And Nancy, another thing is that Manipur is an internal issue of India. It is an internal matter of India, and I think it should be left at that. We know how best to govern which part of our country, and we do not require foreign interference on that. However, the situation in Manipur is concerning, and of course the whole of India is concerned about what's happening in Manipur. The government is also concerned about it. They're trying to bring in some kind of relief to the area. They're trying to bring some kind of normalcy to the area. They have been trying to do it. You had Home Minister Amit Shah visiting the place. You had many other officers being completely changed overnight just to ensure that some kind of movement towards peace is there. There have been talks back channel talks being initiated between the Cookies as well as the Meiteis, but nothing fruitful has come out till now because the violence has been very, very much there, and it's going to be a very big divide to overcome. But the violence has continued. But at the same time, I think when it comes to our matters, we are no longer a colony. We are an independent, confident country, and we know how to deal with it. And of course, in your country, you can raise that concern about it, but it is an internal matter of India.